Wait until I tell you this, and this is the title of the podcast episode, by the way. I had a fight with a bouncer. You've got hay fever.
I don't. Never had hay fever in my life.
This morning alone, you've gone to me, my eyes are so itchy.
I didn't say itchy.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
No, you did.
No, I didn't.
That was at the platform.
I didn't
and then
say
when we
itchy.
were on the train...
I didn't say itchy.
What did you say then?
I said they're a bit watery.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, my eyes keep
Right.
watering.
Stop trying to prostitute me out.
In response to Sam's email, do you like it dirty? Do you not like it dirty? Hello, and welcome to the Buckleys. That's us. The podcast where we sit down, have a chat, moan a bit, and invite you into our lives. The podcast where we overpromise and underdeliver.
Every time, guaranteed.
Before we get into it, I need to mention, got to say this, that you can get in touch with your stories and questions for us by emailing thebuckleys@platformmedia.uk, or you can message us at the Buckleys Pod on Instagram and TikTok. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the show on Spotify or whatever podcast app that you like to use. And if you do enjoy the show, why not go ahead and leave us a review afterwards? If you do like it. If you don't like it, don't worry, you can move on, it's fine. And I get it. Do you know what the sad truth is that 90% of people that listen to me do that?
Yeah.
They've gone, no, not for me. and you know, I can barely string a sentence together, so it's absolutely
That's
fine.
all right. Yeah. Well,
You can't blame them, but it's when people start,
telling you they don't like it.
then I go, well, come on, mate.
Yeah.
I'm trying my hardest here.
Yeah.
And this is my hardest, believe it or not.
Well, the woman at the train station didn't think so. She didn't think it was rubbish. She did tell us we talk shit,
Yeah.
but she said she liked it.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, she did,
I
yeah.
said thank you.
And what I also appreciated it was
She
that
was
she
slagging off all the
she
other ones.
mentioned a couple of our little, what I call competitors.
Yeah. Some other couple podcasts, if you will.
Definitely people that don't even know that we exist. But to
Oh,
me,
they know.
do you reckon? They don't give a fuck about us. But they should. Don't sleep on us, because we're coming. Slowly. Very slowly. Right, what's been going on in our lives? Now, we actually haven't sat on this couch for a little while because of all the bank holidays that we
Yeah.
have at this time of year. It's sort of messed with the schedule a little bit.
Yeah.
So we've had a little gap where quite a few things have happened in our lives. Here's your headline for you. Yeah? Yeah?
What am I forgetting?
Wait until I tell you this. Right? And this is the title of the podcast episode, by the way. I had a fight with a bouncer.
You did.
Now, on paper, that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
I'm about to tell you what happened exactly. And you'll realise it wasn't as cool as...
Yeah, you did. You got into a, well, yeah. Fight
Yeah,
is a
no,
strong word.
I'm just saying. Well, what happened? I got into a fight with a bouncer.
Okay. I'd say more tussle.
No, tussles. No, you can't say tussle. That sounds more specific.
Like what it was?
Yeah. No, it wasn't a tussle because there was nothing physical that happened.
There was a bit of back and forth.
No. Well, I was physically
Go on.
not assaulted. I don't want to go that far, but I didn't do anything physically.
You were pulling back.
Go on.
You were pulling side, trying to pull side out each other's hands.
Right,
is
hang
what
on a
happened.
minute. That's right. Hang on.
You were pulling each other off.
Right. What happened was that me and Claire got
Oh,
invited.
for the love of God, here we go. I am not talking about the chieftains anymore.
We've got to.
I'm sick of them.
Me and Claire got invited to the end of season party for the Chieftains. Go on, the Chieftains. Right? And it was great. It was really good. Me and Claire never leave the house. We never get to go out. So I got a bit excited. I had a couple of beers before I'd even left the house. And yes, by the end of the evening, I was quite drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I knew I was quite drunk.
Mm.
So on the last round, I bought everyone a drink and I bought myself a bottle of water. Because I knew I was quite drunk and I thought, now's the time to maybe have a little bottle of water.
For the way home.
For the journey home and have a little bottle of water, you know. So I was trying to be sensible, leaving, about to get into a car to take me home. And bouncer goes, no, you can't leave with that.
It was glass. It was a glass bottle of
I know,
water.
but, you know, it's a good job I'm an adult.
To be fair, my mum was picking us up.
Yeah.
She was literally like
Yeah.
10 feet away from
was
it. We were like, oh, we're just getting in
It's like a
that car.
3-second walk.
To be fair, I missed all that. I was there, but I wasn't there. I think I was just like.
So the bloke was going, you can't leave with that, not allowed to leave with that, you're not allowed to leave the premises with that. I went, oh, it's just that I bought this for the journey home. And I was literally going, because I'm quite drunk and I just want some water for the way home. This is how I was talking.
Yeah.
This is my fight with the bouncer, by the way. And one of them was really reasonable. He was just going, oh, I don't know. because we've been told you're not allowed to.
Yeah.
And he's just.
Which is fair
And he
enough.
explained to me what was going on. And you go, all right, great. And then my response was going to be, it's fine, don't worry about it. I'm literally just going there, and I'm going to be in a car. You'll never see me again. We'll forget this ever happened, this conversation. And as I was sort of going up, trying to say that, one of the other bouncers, one of the younger ones, like the younger bouncers that just fucking love it. They can't wait, can they? Like, this was the most trouble that the bouncer had all evening.
Yeah.
Like, he was obviously looking for it. He was sitting there going, I haven't spent 8 years at bouncer school so that I can just sit here and everyone's well behaved. I'm going to have to find something going on. He's leaving with he's got a bottle of water. Right? So as I'm talking, before I knew it, he grabbed behind me and yanked out my hand and sped off. And that was when I did go a little bit, well, hang on a minute. And I did go, you better fucking tell him to give me that bottle of water back. I don't know what I was going to do. I don't know what...
Well, I know
what the consequence would have been if he hadn't gave me his bottle of water.
No, that was your problem.
I would have walked to the car without my bottle of water.
There was no consequence because it took about 3 seconds for all your big hockey player mates to come out.
Luckily enough,
what's going on?
There was a load of tough hockey boys that I get on quite well with that all turned up en masse.
What happened was...
And I got my bottle of water back. So...
I saw it happening, and there was a because you didn't let it go. You didn't just pull it. I saw a little bit of back and forward.
Well, first of all, I've got a thing about stuff being snatched from my hands. Like, our kids don't do it.
No, you hate a snatch.
Even when they were toddlers, if I saw one of the boys, do that thing that toddlers do, grab stuff.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know what it is about that. That triggers me.
Right.
So when that happened, I did say the words, you better fucking tell him to bring me my bottle of water back. What was I going to do? What was...
Yeah, but I was standing at the door and I sort of saw it, and my instinct, do you know what I hate? When the women get involved. So I wasn't going to be like, hey, what's happening?
No, yeah.
Like, I saw Rayner, one of the players, and I just went...
He was like, I think James is
having like a little tussle outside. I was like, do you want to go and help him? And then, like, a few of them came out.
It was like the 300. It was like the Spartans turned up. And I was like, that's what happens if you don't give me my bottle of water back.
And you got it back.
I did get it back. Sorry, I burped. I did get it back.
Now, the funny thing is, the bouncer the whole time didn't know that I had 2 bottles of Stella in my bag, that I'd taken it. And I drank in the car on the way home.
No. No, but yeah. I mean, imagine that.
I know.
Like, I am the last... Like, if you're a bouncer... Like, first of all the things that I talk about train etiquette and stuff, I like rules.
Mm. Well, you broke the rule.
I don't... Well...
That was a rule when you broke it, and you were standing there arguing. So you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have snatched it. There was no need to...
It was the snatching.
There was no need to make a big fuss about it.
Yeah.
However, you had been asked politely not to take it out.
Politely, yeah.
You were arguing.
I was
arguing. Give me the fucking bottle.
But I wasn't arguing irrationally.
No, you weren't being...
I was explaining that it will be fine. It'll be okay.
But that's not up to you.
I've handled glass bottles before.
Them's the rules.
They are the rules. You're right. But what can I say? I was drunk, mate. I was fucking out of it. You know what I'm like? You know what I'm like when I've had a drink and somebody takes my bottle of water off me? I kick right off, don't I?
Yeah.
Because I'm such a chap.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Such a geezer.
Anyway.
But
was that exciting for you? Did you enjoy it?
It was exciting. It was exciting. And I love that I got my bottle of water back.
You won.
I won. It was a victory. It was a victory. See, it's usually you. It's usually you that's getting into the fights, to be fair. Supermarkets, airports. You're always in the right. Don't get me wrong. You're always in the right. But you do that thing where you're...
Here it goes.
No, and I'm not having a go at you at all whatsoever.
That's all right, mate.
I stand by you.
Cheers.
You have a slightly lower threshold. Most people, when someone's being obnoxious or something like that in a public space and ruin it for everyone, most people go, I'm going to give him a couple more goes. And if this carries on, I'm going to have to say something. You're a little bit earlier than that. You're always right. You know, he was always calling someone out on being a dickhead, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Is that living with me? Is it just
I
like...
I take it out on everybody else?
No, well, a bit of that, but also, like, I've got to deal with this guy at home. So when I leave the house, I don't want to have to deal with another dickhead as well.
Maybe. I've not actually had an argument for a while, I don't think.
The supermarket, for some reason, the supermarket's always one for you. You're always... Because there are rules. There is etiquette in supermarkets.
I do find it tough to get through a whole shop without someone kicking off.
There's unspoken rules about, you know, don't just leave your trolley in the way. Like, there's all these... Yeah, no, sorry. But all that stuff, you know, don't turn up with 15 items at the 10-item checkout.
No, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I could have actually kicked off this week in the supermarket.
Go on.
But I didn't.
Good for you.
I was looking for something specific.
Yeah?
It was vanilla essence.
The little bottles?
Yeah. I was going to bake something with the boys. And, you know, like those mobility scooters?
Okay. Careful.
I'm all right. I'm all right. Those mobility scooters, right? One of them was parked.
Yeah.
I'd say illegally in front of the bacon aisle.
Right.
Right.
Did you give him a ticket?
That's how I would describe it.
Yeah. Was it unattended?
It was huge.
Yeah.
And it was unattended. And as I was sort of like, well, all the stuff's there, and it was out a little bit, so you couldn't get in it and you couldn't reach over it because it was too. Look at the size of my arms; it was too tiny. But then, just as my blood was starting to boil, just as I was waiting for the owner to come back,
what?
It was a wee old man.
Little old man.
Yeah.
You didn't start a fight with the person who has mobility issues for parking their bike to help them.
No. However, I did think, what you get the fucking scooter for if you're walking to what you need?
All right, good. You didn't get into a fight with a little old man in the supermarket.
Oh,
well
never. I'd never say something to a little old man.
No,
never.
Good for you.
I fucking love they guys. I'd do anything for them. I really would.
Right.
Especially if they're cute. And by the side, oh, me and my mate were out for lunch the other day, and there was we were.
You told me about this.
We were in.
Drink while you
we were in this like sort of pub thing, and there was a little old man, like a couple of tables.
You have projected all of this, by the way.
What do you mean?
You and your mate sat there watching a little old man in the pub and just created his life story
we did.
And who he was.
We did. But we said that. We said, oh, I bet he's absolutely fine. But he was by himself. He ordered fish and chips and he ordered a pint, and we were just watching him. And then at one point, Jess was like, should we ask him if he wants to join us? And I was like, maybe. But then he was fine,
yeah,
right?
Of course he was fine. He was enjoying himself. He was in a pub having a fish and chips. And he's sitting there going, why the fuck those two women keep looking at me?
And then,
just trying to read me paper and having an afternoon.
No, he didn't. He didn't have anything. He wasn't reading anything. He wasn't doing anything. He was just sitting there by himself. And then after he was finished, he got the bill, and then he brought out this little book and a pen,
right.
And it was his diary. And he was like looking through his diary, and then we were just like, should we?
I know, the pair of you were like, oh, I bet he's some war hero.
We didn't say that.
And his wife passed away, and now.
We didn't say that.
And I bet this is where him and his wife used to come every Sunday.
He was just
and now he still
cute.
Does it. And
he was so
cute. He pulls a chair out for her even though she's gone.
He was, though. He was so cute. And then he left.
The bloke's sitting there going, I wish these fucking...
We weren't looking at
I wish these two women would stop looking at me while I'm trying to... It's really irritating. We weren't looking
at him. We were just appreciating him. It's just, I don't know. There's something about it. There's something about it that just... You know, I don't know. And then he got up to leave, and he had like a little suit jacket on, and I don't know. I just, I wanted to just love him.
Right.
Just
weird.
I love old
really
men.
Weird. Let me just tell you now, you spoilt his afternoon.
No, we didn't. We never said anything. We never.
No, it's not about saying anything.
We didn't make it obvious. No. We only looked at him a couple of times.
People always say that,
no,
and you know that for
didn't.
A fact. When people spot me, and we both go.
Yeah, maybe.
You think you're not being obvious right now. And by the way, you can see it a billion miles off. You think you're being sly. You think, like...
Maybe he thought he was in with a chance.
Maybe. Well,
My mate's
I don't think he's fussed.
blonde and I was brunette. Maybe he was just like, I wonder what one wants me.
Yeah.
Maybe he was happy with the attention.
It didn't sound like it. It sounded like he was a bloke that went for a pint and a meal and then went and walked off.
We didn't bother him. We were just saying how cute he was. I'm just saying I would never say anything to an old man. They could do anything. I wouldn't say anything.
Well, there was an old man got on my nerves today.
Today?
Yeah, on the train in. So, like, we had quite a nice journey in today. Sun was shining, really great. Well, it was a long journey. The train was late and all that kind of stuff. That was a problem. However, our taxi driver was really nice to me. He said something really nice. He was like, I just want to say, because sometimes it can get weird, but he was quite sweet. And he said, I just want to say that I grew up watching The In-Betweeners. He didn't go into anything. He was like, I had a bit of a shit childhood, and The In-Betweeners he literally said he made my life a bit better, so thank you. And I was like, oh mate, no problem. You forget that can happen sometimes, and that's quite a powerful sort of important thing. I've had people say that to me a few times.
Yeah.
The In-Betweeners especially had some kind of genuine positive impact and helped them with something.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. And then we had that woman at the station who came up and told us how much she loved the show, how much, and more importantly, how much she hated all the others. And we were like, great, brilliant. The sun was shining. It was brilliant. I should have been happy. Should have been really enjoying my life. However, my attention was drawn to some old bloke on the other side of the platform.
Oh,
fucking bike.
No, he wasn't old enough. He's not a cute old man.
Well, middle-aged man then.
He was sort of, he was heading into old. Yeah, nah.
He was very grey.
No, he was a prick.
He had a bicycle, right? And instead of just... It was a fold-up bike as well.
It was a fold bike. It was one of them.
Instead of just folding the bike, putting it down and sitting on a bench and waiting for your train to come, he was just walking with his bike. And don't get me wrong, he wasn't a 13-year-old boy or something like that. He was in his 60s.
Yeah, I'd say 60s. Just
walking round the platform, doing circles. So all I could hear was...
It was a clicky bike.
This bike clicking constantly.
Yeah.
And then I started to think about myself a little bit, because I was like, the journey I've had so far, not even got on the train yet. I had a bloke tell me how much he loves The In-Betweeners. I had a woman come up to me and tell me how much she loves the podcast. It's a beautiful sunny day today. Didn't even bring a jacket with me today. Absolutely amazing. But all I'm focused on is this fucking dickhead who won't sit the fuck down because he's clicking away. And it's driving me mental.
Oh, you made me snot.
And then I started to think, I need to
relax.
I need to focus on the other stuff.
See, that's when we are different.
Because 1 or 2% of my life is fucking dreadful. The rest of the 99%, you couldn't dream of it. It's absolutely incredible. It's amazing. What more could I want out of life?
Yeah, okay.
What more could I want out of life? I've got an amazing, what an amazing life I've got. I've made a good living out of being a dickhead on the television. Yes, I always focus on the stuff that makes me furious and angry.
Yeah, I don't know, mate.
And then once I've had a few beers, then I have it out with the bouncers and stuff, don't I? And...
Anyway, let's move on. So basically, how have we been this week?
Good. We've been fine.
Fine.
We've been fine. I got into a fight with a bouncer.
And I didn't.
And you didn't beat up an old man, although you did creep out an old man in the pub. Let's move on. Now, Claire, you ready?
Yeah, sorry. My eyes. I said this to you in the train today.
I know. Stop. I don't know how many times we'll get into this at some point. You've got hay fever. Fucking.
I don't. Never had hay fever in my life.
Come to terms with it, mate. There is a thing about hay fever. I went for years saying, no, I don't have hay fever, because everyone I knew that had hay fever was like a little fucking nerd. And you don't want to be the hay fever guy.
I don't have hay fever.
But I've come to terms. Right.
So
over the last few days.
I'm not allergic to anything. I don't have any allergies.
This morning
It's a
alone,
fact.
you've gone to me, my eyes are so itchy.
I didn't say itchy.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
No, you did.
No, I
was
didn't.
that was at the platform.
I
And
didn't
then
say
when we were
itchy.
on the train,
I didn't say itchy.
what did you say then?
I said they're a bit watery.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, my eyes
right.
keep watering.
Fucking argue with me
Then
about
when
stuff I said.
and then when we were on the train, you were looking at yourself in the mirror. That's all you do.
Again. I like to piss off all the middle-aged women.
And
Because I'm pretty and you're not.
And you went, oh my God, my eyes are so bloodshot. And I was like,
Yeah, they were a bit red
I was like, well,
looking.
I can't. I was like, I can tell now that you've brought it up, but it's not something I can notice had you not brought it up. And I went, you've got hay fever. Just
No.
fuck it. No, why won't you? Is
I
it like
don't.
because it's weakness? Because it's a weakness.
I just
And
don't
also
have hay
it's so-
fever.
it's
I've never
really-
had hay fever before.
You do. You
I
suffer
don't.
from
I
hay
don't.
fever, mate.
I'm not like sniffly and.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. I've never. I don't
get
need
it.
to blow my nose.
Listen,
I never blow my nose. I don't
I
think
get
I've
it.
ever had to blow my nose in my life.
I get it. It's because it's quite a weak. It's like sort of like, oh, pollen. It's like, what's your biggest foe? It's like, well, pollen. Pollen really fucks up my day and stuff. It's difficult to admit that.
It's not what this
Like,
is
because
about.
it can floor people. Like, hay fever can really, really.
You ever
fuck
seen me
people up.
float? Listen, if I had hay fever, I'd say I've got hay fever. I
don't think
don't.
you would. I
My
don't think you'd admit
eyes
to
are
it because
just-
I think because you're proper old school. You're not touchy feely or like you are like fucking pollen. Pollen's not going to do anything to me.
It doesn't.
All right,
I
fair
don't
enough.
have hay fever.
Anyway, listen, we are just genuinely having an argument now.
This is stupid though.
We've got to stop arguing.
If I thought I had hay fever, I'd say I think I've got hay fever. Why would I give a fuck about hay fever?
Because of what I
don't
just
have
said.
it.
Because of what I just said, it makes you
I
look
don't.
weak.
No, I'm hard as fuck no matter what.
Exactly. All right. Anyway, we got to stop arguing. We
Rip
got
the
to.
flowers out the grun.
We got to stop arguing.
I'll eat them.
We got to stop arguing because we have a special feature today.
Do we?
It's a sponsored feature.
Is it? What is it? Claritin.
It's called no,
I'm
but
a
get in
little
touch. Anyway, it's time for a new feature called So Dad It's Good. It's sponsored by Harry's Feel Good Fellas. Harry's is the brand revolutionising shaving, giving guys quality products at a fair price. From razors to skincare and body wash, Harry's has products to make you look and feel great. Plus, and before you start, having a go at me for doing this ad read, I'd just like to mention they support men's mental health too. So now you're not allowed to say anything in the comments.
Pipe up now.
Now, if you say something now, it means that you
You're
don't
the
care.
prick.
You don't care about men's mental health.
Correct.
So let's see what you got to say. They have helped over 2 million men to date as part of their social mission of bringing quality mental health care to men everywhere. When I first read that, I thought they helped over 2 million men to date. Just get out there.
that won't help their mental health. Don't bring us into it.
In the lead up to Father's Day, we're shining a light on all things dad by celebrating classic dad moments. Those well-meaning, often hilarious efforts only dads can deliver. Sent in by our listeners. God bless them. And thanks to Harry's buy one, gift one offer at Tesco and harrys.com, it's never been easier to show some love to dad. You buy a razor, they'll send one to your dad for free.
Oh.
And what's more, the best listener story wins a prize from Harry's, which we'll announce in a few weeks' time. That, if you want, by the way, Harry's, can I just say thank you? If you want people to listen to your ad read, give them some free stuff. This is the razor in question, by the way.
It's orange.
It's orange, which is very on brand with us. I'm quite particular. I've got quite very sensitive skin, to be honest with you, Claire.
Quite very.
Quite very sensitive skin. What we got going on here? What's that? That's a 5 blade. So that's going to be nice and smooth on your skin. Also, Claire,
Yeah.
I've got to pick up the phone as well. I've been told I've got to. I've been told I've got to pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone.
Which is fine. I don't mind picking up phone. But yeah, Harry's. Cheers, Harry's.
Well, summer is coming, so I will have to start using this.
Anyway, listener stories. Dad related. Harry's. Feel good, fellas. This is from Paul.
Polly!
The subject is, I am your father. By the way, listen, guys. Listen to these stories, because I think together we'll come up with, ultimately, it will be mine and Claire's decision. But we need to, over the next few weeks, right? We're going to have a few stories and we're going to pick the best one, and they're going to win some goodies from Harry's. Is that right? Fucking brilliant. Love that. And obviously, you guys can chip in. Let us know what you thought was good. Paul says, I am your father. I've recently been letting my 2 kids watch the things I watched growing up. It's maybe not been the best idea, as I think I may have traumatised them. We started with Never-Ending Story, with the horse Artax sinking. Never watched it. Never seen Never-Ending Story.
I've seen it years ago.
Then I thought it would be a good idea to start the Star Wars saga. And when we reached the end of episode 3, when Obi-Wan chops off Anakin's arm and leg...
Spoiler alert. ...and
leaves him for dead at the side of the volcano, it was carnage, with my kids crying. Hey, Paul, let me tell you something. When I was 4 years old, I was off sick from school, my dad was home, and I was left with him all day, and my dad sat and watched American Werewolf in London with me. And that freaked me out. I had recurring nightmares about werewolves and stuff like that.
I've never seen that.
It's not even that... I don't think
You
it's
were
that
just
bad
really
a horror
young.
film, but I was 4 years old.
Yeah.
It happens. Listen, we miss the mark every once in a while.
Yeah.
You get it wrong.
Mm.
Honestly, Paul, I don't think showing your kids Star Wars is like, take the cotton wool off those kids. Let 'em... Now, here we go. How am I supposed to say this name, guys?
Lalaith.
Lalaith? Is that what we're going to go with?
Lorlaith.
Lalaith. Lovely name. Lalaith is written in. Subject just says emotional intelligence.
Oh.
If you want emotional intelligence from your dad, you're asking too much. He said here, my dad tried to console me after a breakup by reading out deals from a Lidl catalogue. Yeah, this would cheer you up.
That's like something you would do.
Oh, because he's sitting there thinking, I've got to take her mind off something. Got to take her mind off this. What have we got? He's just grabbed the thing next to him. We've got a Lidl catalogue. Hey, have you seen these deals that are in Lidl?
Yeah. I feel like that's like a man panic thing. I remember once.
Oh, yeah, we panic.
You panic.
We do. Listen, there's certain things, and I don't want to do gender stuff, but there's certain things where men can go, right, I know what's going on here. I can see what I'm supposed to do and da-da-da. But there are most other stuff, mostly social stuff, where I think blokes do panic. They are in panic mode.
I remember once, this was maybe a few years ago, I got some bad news. I came off the phone, and this makes me laugh so much that this even came out your mouth. And you were like, oh God, are you all right? And I was like, yeah, it's sad, whatever. And I could see the panic happening, and you went to me, do you want to watch something with Evan Peters in it?
Oh, yeah, because you fancy him. Yeah. I was like, well, do you want to... Oh, yeah, I remember that.
What?
I didn't know what to do. And it was... There's
an actor called Evan Peters, and he's famous for being in American Horror Story, and I just think he's gorgeous.
Yeah, you love him.
Like, that's pure panic, though. Like, what a stupid thing to say.
It's really easy to slag guys off, right? Because we bring on ourselves.
You just don't know, do you?
But know this. Anyone who is in a relationship with a guy, know this. They're doing their best. By the way, Claire, got to stop you. Just need to mention that we've found out that Lalaith is a guy's name.
Irish.
It's Irish. It
Right.
sounds Irish. Sorry, I thought it was.
First of all, I'm gutted because I love Irish names and my Irish heritage and my Irish roots and stuff like that. Queever, all your Irish names, Tig, all your Irish names, I know them all, and I'm disappointed in myself that I've not recognised Lalaith. That's a new one for me, but I think it's a guy's name, right? So sorry, Lalaith, but thank you ever so much for your message, and thank you for listening to this rubbish.
Right, this one is from Samantha. Subject: my hero.
Go on.
When I was getting married, I got my spray tan 2 days before. Oh no, it was raining when my dad picked me up. He mounted the curb and drove straight to the door so I didn't get any spots on my wedding tan. Without being asked, he just knew. Absolute legend. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah. God, you don't want spots on your tan. No.
See, I feel like I would do that for you. because I know how important that is to you.
I love a tan.
Yeah. Some good daddage there.
Good dadding.
Some nice daddage.
See,
Samantha,
I always say this.
I'll tell you what, Samantha, you've not given your dad a name check.
No, none of them
You've just wrote my dad. So let me tell you something, Claire. You know I'm a pretty big deal on the old Cameo website.
Yeah.
It's pretty well known that I will say anything for a little bit of money.
Me too.
Again, thanks, Harry's. But like I can really do a video that any In-Betweeners fan would absolutely love. I chuck all the big hits in there, all the catchphrases.
Yeah.
I make sure they're jammed right in, and it makes loads of people happy, and they absolutely love it. I can do you a good little personal shout out, happy birthday, congratulations, the video.
Yeah.
All I need, the one bit of information. What's the one bit of information do you think I need that is most important?
Their name.
The person's name. Sometimes I get from Josh to my dad.
Aww. It's like getting in a taxi and saying, take me home.
Yeah. That's it for this week. So, Dad, it's good. But keep your dad stories coming in for a chance to win some top-notch Harry's shaving gear. And with Father's Day around the corner, don't miss Harry's buy one, gift one offer at Tesco's and harrys.com. It's the perfect time to treat yourself and Dad. Just before we do get into today's regular feature, last week we were talking about festivals. Aidan's been in touch with a festival proposition for us.
Proposition?
Yeah. This is from Aidan, subject flags. He says, big fan of the podcast. Love it, love it, love it.
All right, calm down.
I will be attending Glastonbury Festival again this year and would love to fly the Buckley flag high in the sky and represent the Buckley crew. Well, we don't have a Buckley flag
Yeah, what
right
Buckley
now,
flag?
do we? Can we make one? I'm getting the nod. Please let me know your thoughts. Would you be happy to supply a Buckley's flag?
Oh, so Aidan comes in with his fucking great idea and we've got to do the work for him.
Well, hang on. You say we. Would you be happy to supply a flag as I can wave around in the Glasgow crowd? As I don't know how it works with copyright and stuff, and I don't want you to sue me. First of all, if you want to fly some Buckley flags off your own back, no one's going to sue you at all whatsoever. That's one hand washing the other. In fact, that's not doing anything for you.
That's just you
you.
wiping her ass.
That's you doing us a massive favour. Imagine if we if we just saw a Buckley flag and we're like, fucking hell. We wouldn't be like, get on the phone, get the lawyers on the phone now.
Should we send Aidan a flag?
Well,
Aidan wants to.
I don't know. Can we make
I'll
this?
tell you who does that. Chris Moyles does that.
Yes.
On Radio X.
And that's exactly where my head went to. So if I could steal something from Chris Moyles for a second.
Sure, why not? He steals all his stuff, everybody else.
Oh!
Just kidding, love
He'll
you.
knock you out. He don't give a fuck, Chris.
Fucking try.
You seen him? He can fucking have it.
I have seen him.
He's great, Chris.
Fucking
And he
punch
also
him twice
and he
before
also
knew what
comes
time
up
it
with
was.
good ideas that sometimes are worth nicking. And yeah, they do that, don't they?
Yeah.
The Radio X, the breakfast show.
The
mod.
callers call in if they're going to Glastonbury. They phone in and they pick what flag they want. There's a Dominic flag.
Yeah.
They've got like little bits for the show.
Yeah.
We could do that.
We could do a Clair and a James and see what gets seen. So it could be like Claire, the Buckley's podcast, and James, the Buckley's podcast,
Yeah.
and see if one of them can get it on TV.
Yeah.
I got a problem with those flags, by the way.
They are a bit annoying, aren't they? I'd imagine if you were in the crowd.
I've never been to Glastonbury, but when you watch it on the television, which is a really good view of the stage,
Yeah.
you go, I wish those fucking flags would get out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah. No, let's get in on that.
They're about 80 foot high.
Let's piss people off.
What can we do then? What's the idea, Guy? What do you reckon? Because I'd like to get some...
If can Aidan get back in touch with us and we'll liaise and we'll try.
Aidan, get
work
back in
with-
touch. Send us I mean you'll need to send us your address and we'll drop you a flag.
Is that what's happening? Are we going to do
Send
that
us-
stuff?
Okay, well here's the thing, right? Do you want to just do one Buckley's flag with both of us?
Yeah.
Or do you want to do a James and a Claire?
I think we do a James and a Claire.
So Aidan needs to write in and tell us what one he wants. Do you want James or do you want Claire?
Well, don't do that because you know what they're going to choose. It's like the fucking, who should we have in charge?
No, I'm I'm just saying
again.
because then
We'll go Claire. Yeah. I
no,
want
because
Claire.
then another person who wants you, if we can find anybody.
Aidan, get back in touch. Let's sort something out.
And does
here.
anybody else want to fly a Buckley flag at Glastonbury?
We
Get
can,
in touch.
Well, yeah.
Or any other festival.
Yeah.
James will come and drop it off to you.
Maybe. There's something there. Let's see. It's just a great idea, Aidan. We're well up for it. Let's flesh this out now. That is a gross saying, isn't it?
I don't know why I just think of vagina.
Well, people say... I thought of cock, obviously. But...
We're on very different paths,
We are.
you sometimes.
We're never
This is why
quite
it doesn't
meeting in
quite
the middle,
work.
Claire. Now, Claire, we've
Yes.
got to do one of our regular features.
What is it?
Would you be up for some Buckley's Law?
Always.
Play the theme tune. Nice. Right, Buckley's Law. This is the segment where we discuss new laws that we will pass when we're in power, because the revolution's coming. A reminder, keep them coming in. You can email us, thebuckleys@platformmedia.uk, or you can message us at the Buckleys Pod on Instagram and TikTok. First one here is from Sam. The subject is dirty. Why do some restaurants insist on calling things on their menu dirty? Dirty fries, dirty burgers, dirty rice, the list goes on. Is it too much to ask for chips that don't sound like they've been cooked in a bin? Can we ban it, please? I'm against.
I'm against. Can
I'm
I tell you
against it.
something? See, whenever I see something called dirty, I immediately
Yep.
want it.
Yeah.
Immediately
Yeah.
want it. Dirty fries, get them in me now.
Me and you, Claire. We've been to some posh restaurants in our time, and they're fine, and they're lovely, really nice. But we've been to some places where like the grease is dripping off the walls and stuff like that, and you're looking at the little. They got a 5 on the hygiene thing. You're going, well, you've just printed that out yourself and put that on the window. And we have gone. I can't believe that's the one that's made you laugh so much. But we've gone some places where you go, you can taste the food already off the walls here. This place is going to be good. So Claire, can you just say, just for, can you just say, I like it dirty? Can you just say that? Say those words, and then we can clip that up and use that in whatever way that we want.
No. Oh.
But no, you would, for Sam, in response to Sam's...
Stop trying to prostitute me up.
In response to Sam's email, do you like it dirty? Do you not like it dirty?
I fucking love it dirty.
That's going viral. That'll do. Sam, no, we're not banning that one, mate.
No,
Sorry.
you're way off, man.
Sorry, Sam. Come
Way
back.
off.
Come back with another one. And we're not slamming the idea, but it's just that one's not going through.
No.
Another message here from Amelia. The subject is countryside cheer. She says, saying hello to people on walks just because you're in the countryside.
Ban it.
I don't
No
think
way.
anyone that does this actually likes doing it. We have all been conditioned to think that as soon as the population reduces and you're in the countryside, that it's rude not to say hi to everyone that you walk past. It's true.
No, I get it.
It happens
I
on
hate
dog
that.
walks. Well, you've got
Yeah.
to do something, haven't you? Because it's not like you're in a crowd or you're
No.
not walking down Oxford Street.
Doesn't matter.
You both do have to acknowledge.
Nah,
No?
keep doing, keep going. The only people I say hi to are old men.
Sure. Amelia
And,
says,
I'm like, hi.
me and my boyfriend went for a walk the other weekend and it wasn't a particularly quiet walk. There was a lot of people we walked past, but every single time we saw someone coming the opposite way, I feel stressed.
Yeah,
Not knowing how early I should look at them,
yeah.
if I should look at the ground
Ugh.
right up until they're next to me, as if
Yeah.
I've only just seen them to say hello.
Oh my god, this
or
is so true.
awkwardly look at each other as we walk towards one another, knowing that we both have to say hello at some point.
Yeah.
Let alone trying to think of which greeting to say, which is usually a pathetic whisper of hi. Yeah, you do that, don't you? Hi. Yeah, hi. You just mouth.
Or it's when you've said it a few times and then you get ones mixed up and you end up saying a word that doesn't exist.
I hate this societal rule, and it's ruining what is supposed to be a relaxing time in the countryside. Let's all ban it,
Yeah.
and we can all just mind our own business and stop pretending to be friendly.
Beautiful.
Dog people want to talk about dogs as well. They want to know how old your dog is, he or a she. You go, yeah, you got to go through all that all the time. And I never, again, and I know this makes me look bad, I never ask those questions back.
I know, yeah, I do that.
I don't want to know anything about you or your dog. I'm trying to enjoy myself. I'm trying to have fun with my
I know,
dog.
I do that. People always ask me, how are the boys?
That's the worst one, yeah. People are always asking after my kids.
I'm like, yeah, they're great.
They're fine. My kids are absolutely fine. If there's a problem with them, I will let you know. If something happens with the kids, trust me, you'll know about it. But up until then, just assume they're fine because they are. I barely have enough energy to talk about them. Definitely can't be bothered talking about your kids.
Okay.
All right.
That's that.
So on that note, it's we'll leave it there, shall we? That's it for this week's episode of the Buckleys. Thank you very much for listening. Remember that you can get in touch with your stories and questions by emailing thebuckleys@platformmedia.uk, or you can message us at the Buckleys Pod on Instagram and TikTok. And don't forget to follow us and subscribe to the show on Spotify or whatever podcast app you like to use. And if you're feeling extra generous, why not go ahead and leave us a huge 5-star review, just basically saying how sexy we are. If you just put, yeah, the Buckleys are really sexy, that'd be great. All that's left is for Claire to say,
see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday. Go on, Chief. James!